Hello everyone, welcome once again to Investing with a Difference. So there's a lot going on around EOS airdrops, around tokens and sister chains. So we are going to review and help you with a lot of items which need an action from you to make sure that you are part of the airdrops. And I did cover that part, some of it in the EOS airdrops and sharedrops video yesterday. So I want to make sure that people understand what's going on. But before we go there, just wanted to show you something which is happening in next 12 hours. We are starting a EOS Summit. It's a web conference. Everybody can attend. You just have to register here. This is eos-summit.com. I will post a link here. And this is going to have a lot of great speakers, and this is focused on dApps. So I have been involved in the planning of this with many other organizers, and I will be actually hosting the session 3, which is in the US time zone, where we are going to have a lot of great dApps and some interesting discussions around alliance, around sister chains like TLOS, Europe chain, and so on. So it's going to be a great session. So do join us. We are also thinking and planning to live telecast it on YouTube channel. That is the Investing with a Difference. But if you want to see the whole session, so I'm not sure we can do all the sessions because I will be participating only in the session 3. But in the session 1 and session 2, if you want to see the whole summit, which is going to actually be almost the whole like almost 24 hours, you can register it and you can directly join on the crowdcast. So these are the options. Do check it out and do participate, because this will tell you how great this ecosystem is evolving, how many great teams are working on EOS projects, and that was the intention of this, and that's why I wanted to be part of it. Just like what we did with scaling blockchain, I think this is a great effort to highlight the progress in EOS and not all the FUD. Now, coming back to the airdrops, share drops, and other stuff, so I think Parcel made a great airdrop. I talked about registering because it was a huge airdrop. We got like almost some, like if you did not do anything, if you did not purchase Parcel and you had originally got 1000 seed tokens, which everybody got who had more than 100 EOS, then simply by registering based on the instructions I shared last day or so, you could have got up to 5,000 to 6,000 tokens. That means 5 to 6 times of the original airdrop. And as I have been telling you, that it is a reasonably good valued token. It has gone down after the airdrop because a lot of people are short-term thinking and they just sold it. But remember, this is just one of the many airdrops they are going to do. So if you go to their white paper, they are actually going to make every month this size of airdrop, that is almost 70 million tokens, to people who already hold it. So don't sell out. If you did not register, try and register again for the next month, because this only whatever you did, that was for the November month. And if you are registered, you added your accounts, and if you own the tokens, you will automatically keep getting rewarded. So do participate. I think it's a great program. They are rewarding people who are holding the tokens. And again, this is not, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, why do I have to take an action? Because ultimately, if you're not taking action, that means you're not involved and you're not excited about the project. That's how they're taking it, because there are thousands of projects. If you see here on the exchanges now, you see so many tokens listed, and I don't think it's helping those token providers if you're just holding those tokens and not doing anything. The same is true for EOS or anything else. This is a resource based blockchain and you need to go participate. And as we speak, actually the token value is improving, because I think the initial dump was huge. If you see, this volume was 1.2 million in an hour, and many million tokens are already sold. These are the people who are short term owners. What they're not realizing is the the snapshots are kind of happening throughout the month, and they are not defined ahead of time. So you cannot game the system. They are trying to define a way that this 4 snapshot they use are kind of random. So you need to hold the tokens all the time to get the maximum benefit and to get a sure shot benefit. So do that. Make sure that you grab your tokens if you are less than 100 tokens, but most of you who had more than 100 EOS in your account, you already have these seed tokens. All you have to do is just go and register yourself. Now coming back to the exchanges, I think a lot of other tokens are doing well. I have been on my Telegram channel, and in my previous video talked about MEV, my EOS Vegas, and they have actually now the growth of dividend has reduced, but also because the miners are not seeing the same benefits. The reason is the miners really mined a lot of coins in this week, and that resulted in a lot of dividend growth. But also, those miners were selling the tokens in the exchange and keeping the token price depressed. So if you see all this fall was due to miners. Now those miners are slowly disappearing, and you see the token price is kind of improving a bit. But also the side effect is you need to now have realistic expectations. So I showed you up to 50 or 100% weekly distributions. That was only because of miners, and now I think we will be more settling down at a reasonable 5 to 10% per week kind of returns. But I'm still hopeful that this will keep going up. It's pretty cheap token MEV because they're launching some new games, and that should increase participation, the real participation, and not the miners, because that was. And once the token price appreciates, I'm sure the miners will come back, because then it will become profitable again. The mining will become profitable again, even after the halving of the token mining situation. So I think overall it looks like a great investment. Again, I would warn you, it's a very risky. Be careful. Only spend your EOS, which you can lose, because it's very highly speculative in nature. I'm also looking at some other tokens like Fast and some other projects which are actually giving decent dividends. Dice has actually been very popular, but I think their dividends have gone down. Poker had been popular, but their dividends are gone down. So I'm looking for new opportunities. Again, these are very short-term things, and you need to be careful. Now, Verbly. The good news is that Verbly started share dropping. So as I told you, they had the registration option, the KYC. Many of you don't want to do KYC, but if you're okay doing KYC and if you have participated in it, do go and attach your scatter, and you can start claiming now. So originally they did the KYC, they asked you to create an account. Another difference is that account names can be less than 12 characters if it is available. So that is another good thing about Verbly. So you can do that and create your accounts, and let us know how it is going, because I think a lot of people have already created it, and they have now started they have opened the option to attach scatter. What I'm hearing from the team is for people who have multiple accounts, who want to attach multiple accounts to the same KYC, they are thinking about it, but at this moment you can only attach one account after you log in, and that login itself will be using your email, and the account information is on their portal. So again, this is more actions to be taken. If you have already created an account, if you have not, it's very simple. Just go sign in, and they will walk you through the process of KYC, where you have to upload your license or passport or any of the government approved IDs for KYC. Again, it's all up to you. I think not everybody is ready to do KYC. That is something you need to think about. Finally, TLOS. I think TLOS is launching very soon. We keep hearing it. I think they are uh, telling us that it's very. They are having this weekly calls to have a go no go. But I think they are very close now. Most of the issues are resolved, and they are looking to launch. And it will be interesting to see. I would recommend everybody to go read this TLOS token information which they had posted earlier. The important thing to note is you have to go through a claim process. You will have to use a Genesis snapshot, which is very different from all the other snapshots, because Verbally took a September 7th snapshot, and Parcel we were talking about is a continuous snapshot process, while Telos is still going back to the Genesis snapshot. So it's only when you had tokens in your Ethereum wallet, and when you move to EOS mainnet, only those people are eligible for it. But it's going to be a more complicated process, because you have to use wallets. You have to create a totally new account on Telos. So this is not an airdrop, just like Verbally, where you have to create a new account. Telos will be similar. We will talk about it when they actually start opening, but start reading about it. Make sure you understand it before this is ready to launch. And one more thing, people are asking me what is the value of Verbally token. So right now, Verbally is listed on Chaindrift exchange, and I believe the token price has been fluctuating between 5 cents to 6 cents. Of course, it's valued in EOS right now, because the Chaindrift is listed as a Verbally token, but I think more and more exchanges will list Verbally at some point. So overall, as I said, a lot of progress happening at the DApp level, engagement happening. People are seeing a lot of innovative ways, and I would highly recommend you to watch this EOS Summit, and especially if you like our content on investing with a difference. I am handling session 3, so it will give you some of the perspective we will bring. Especially, also we have a great panel discussion planned, which is going to be around the proxy voting. We also are going to talk about some critical things around alliance and side sister chains. So this is something which I would highly recommend. So the schedule is still, and as you can see, it's still being updated, but I can see some really great speakers here already, and not just session 3. So that is something which I'm doing as a host, but I think there are a lot more sessions if you are in US time zone, as I believe most of you are. It will be through the night, so you can pick your sessions and see, plan it out when you are available. But I hope that you take advantage of this great online conference, because it's open to everybody and anybody can attend. Similarly, from the scaling blockchain, I think I've been keep repeating that a lot of videos have been uploaded. So great content, great dApps where we saw this is what you should focus on. While I know that market is tanking, it's not a great scene. We talked about it, the market updates. Do watch that video. I think we are kind of recovering now a little bit with the Bitcoin going above $4,000. On the other hand, EOS has actually suffered. I was showing you in this video that how EOS is doing better than in terms of BTC and Ethereum value. What happened? Why it is tanking? Let me spend a few minutes on that. So Dan Larimer came out and talked about another project, which was more of a brainstorming session, where he said that he's thinking of a privacy coin which can replace the current currency system, and he was just giving ideas. And he has since then he has clarified that he's not really leaving EOS and actually developing this new project. He, as the innovator he is, he's just brainstorming new ideas, just like he brainstormed the URI here. That is not really getting implemented. URI was just an idea, while Rex is definitely happening. URI is not anything which is being implemented on. Similarly, this privacy coin is just an idea which Dan is talking about, and this was spread as a FUD that, as usual, Dan is leaving his project, and EOS has failed and so on, and that FUD has led to EOS price falling in last 24 hours or so. So I would say that do not be disappointed. I think this is usual media reaction, and people just wait for something which they can latch on to, and that's what happened here. But I think it's unfortunate because the market overall was recovering, and EOS had a great chance of recovering the lost ground, and that is something which is getting focused on. While, as I say, in long term, what you need to focus on is the kind of development which is happening, and this is why these kind of summits, these kind of conferences matter more, where you will see that while there are you and me or any other people who are investing in EOS, they are kind of suffering right now, but there is a lot of exciting people working day in day out. They have left their day jobs, they are actually working on projects based on EOS, and there's a huge list if you go to this EOS Summit, where we are going to talk about, and these are just a sample. You need to understand there are hundreds more which we are not going to talk during this conference, which we cannot reach out to, and those are the people who are still making EOS successful, and that's the community thing we need to focus on. And as an investor, yes, it hurts in short term, but long term looks very promising. So that's all I would like to say, and see you tomorrow, guys. If you're joining this conference, as I said, the best easiest way will be to use the crowdcast. You can register here, but definitely we will try to live stream it, especially the US sessions on YouTube, and we will hope that this works out for us, and hopefully you will be able to enjoy these sessions on this channel right here. So thanks once again. Do subscribe to our channel for continuous content which we're creating for EOS community, and you will see a lot more activity happening from our side as we are starting our Silicon Valley developer outreach, dev fests, and hackathons which are going to happen. I'm pretty positive on the future for EOS, while I'm sure that in short term you will keep seeing this FUD. Crypto market is very volatile, so be safe out there. Make sure you understand what you can risk, and as an investor, but I would still say that be invested with your time, learn about it, because this is what where the future is heading in terms of how you will interact with the web and how you will reuse any web applications. And that is definitely not dying, while the prices are pretty high, low right now relative to where they were last year. So that's something you need to think about. So yeah, have a good time, and do let us know your feedback, and talk to you tomorrow during this more videos. And do watch out for more content from us and some live stream from your summit. Thank you. Bye bye.